Hey, I just thought I'd come on and show you guys how I do my basic everyday makeup look. So first up, I'm going to be using Too Faced Plump and Prime. You just really want to get that into the skin, and it gives a really nice base for the rest of your makeup. Okay. Now I'm going to be using my Il Makiage foundation. So I'm just going to take a pump of this on my beauty blender, and we're just going to start working that in. I really like this foundation. It is one of my everyday ones that I use. Blends in really nicely. So I want to try and avoid getting it on my eyebrows because obviously they are tattooed on, so I don't actually need to really do too much to my eyebrows, but I don't want to get any foundation on them. Okay. Just make sure that's all looking okay. Still got a bit of glitter on my face because I did a creative makeup this morning. Glitter just does not like to come off very easy. It's a bit of a nuisance. All right, I'm just gonna grab this foundation brush and I'm just gonna buff this out because I don't want any lines. So it's really important that when you do your foundation, you blend down the neck a little bit, just so you don't have this start-stop right on the jaw. Okay, right, now I shall go in with some concealer, and I'm just going to go over my eyelids with that. So again, I'm using the Il Makiage concealer on my eyelid. Just going to go dab a little bit on there. And I've got a little mini beauty blender. So I'm just going to use that just to press that in. And it just gives me a base for my eyeshadow. Okay, and then just with my brush here, just make sure, I'm just going to grab a little bit more product. Just neaten that area up under the eyebrow. Okay, and again on the other side. Getting my eyebrows tattooed was the best thing ever. Saves so much time from drawing them in all the time. Because my eyebrows were quite sparse already, it was really nice to get them filled so I don't have to draw them in every day. Right, okay, so that's that done. So now I'm going to go in and do some eyeshadows. So I'm going to use my Morphe Coca-Cola Palette. So these tones are quite nice, brown and reds. A lot of really nice ones in there. So I'm going to grab just one of these neutral shades at the bottom. Sort of like a mauvey kind of color. I'm just going to go in. Just with my fluffy brush there. And just on the other side. sort of going into the socket there, which is going to bring the eye out. Okay. So just checking in the mirror, making sure you're getting it even on both sides. All right, and then I'm going to grab a slightly lighter shade. So I'm going to use this one here, and I'm just going to go like just on the top there a little bit. Like I say, this is just very quick, very easy, nothing too flashy, just everyday quick makeup. Okay, and then just to add a little bit of shimmer, I'm just going to go in with like this light sort of goldy pinky kind of color and just do this part of my eyelid. Okay, really simple. A little bit of shimmer there in the corner. Beautiful. Right, now I'm going to use my liquid eyeliner, again by Il Makiage. And I'm just going to grab my little mirror here, and I'm just going to go across the top of my lash line. Just pressing slightly and just do little strokes. You don't want to get too crazy. Okay, so you can see it across there. And then I'm going to line this pencil up with the bottom waterline. And I'm just going to drag it down. So I'm just pressing and just dragging it into that corner. All right, just to create a little flick there. And okay, I've smudged a little bit there, but we can clean that up. Okay, let's do the other side. This eyeliner is pretty good to use. It's quite easy. It's got a nice long tip to it. Okay. Right. Now I'm just going to use a tiny little brush here, and I'm just going to go back into my eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to choose the dark, like a dark brown kind of color. So the darkest brown color, and we're just going to just go over this a little bit. Just to kind of smoke that out a little bit. And just the same on the other side. Okay, and then we're just going to do a little bit underneath, just to bring that all together. This is just a brown eyeshadow. Okay. Alrighty, so now we're going to clean up that edge on the corner there. So I'm just going to go back into my concealer on here, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on this little brush here. I'm just going to look in the mirror while I do this. So we're just going to clean up that little line. Here we go. Okay, and then just again on the other side. Just press that in. There we go, and that just helps neaten up those little edges. Right, now I'm going to do the concealer under my eyes. So I'm going to go down here. Okay, and then down the middle of my nose, forehead, top of the lip, and a bit of the chin there. Okay. And again, I'm going to use my little blender just to blend that out. This is really a good size one just for getting these little bits under the eye instead of using the big one all the time. Just gets right into the little corners. And always make sure when you use your beauty blender that it's damp. If it's not damp, it's going to be too dry and it's going to soak up all the product. So you need to make sure it's damp. Okay, right, now we've done the base, we're going to go in and do the bronzer. So I am using Australis Sweet Light Chocolate. Now I picked this up at the pharmacy, Good Price Pharmacy, and it does have a slight smell of chocolate. It's not the same as the Too Faced chocolate, but it does smell really good. And it's got a lot of pigment. So we're just going to use this little brush here. This is Courtney Holland's COA03. Okay, and we're going to push this in. Just about there. Same on the other side. Just feather it round the jawline. Not too heavy under there. And once you kind of work off some of the product off the brush, you can kind of buff this out a little bit. So you don't need to add any more when you do this bit. And you're just kind of buffing it and flicking it up. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit more and we're going to do up over the temple, top of the forehead, just pushing some more product in there. It does smell really sweet. I love it. Okay, and again, just brushing it in there, pushing it up into the hairline. Okay, and you can see that's already kind of closing in my forehead and giving me that definition in my cheekbones. So it's just the difference it makes with the contouring. Okay, now before I finish with the contour, I'm going to use a little brush and I'm going to do my nose. So I'm just going to stick this in this again, tap it off. I'm just going to go down very lightly each side of my nose. Do the tip of my nose. I like to do under my lip because it creates a little bit more volume there, makes it look a bit thicker. Now, you don't want it to look like you've got two lines on your nose, so once you kind of get that makeup pushed in there, I like to just kind of like dab with my fingers a little bit, just to kind of blur it out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so once we've done that, I'm gonna grab my blush. So I'm using Smashbox, the Cali Contour palette. Now, this does have contour and everything in it as well, but it's very well loved and I'm running out. So this is why I'm using the Australis one. But I love the color of the blush in this palette. So I'm gonna use that. So here I am again, Courtney Hollins's COA05 brush, and I'm just gonna use this on my apples of my cheeks to do my blush. And I'm just going to bring it up to the temple because I quite like having a little bit of blush up there too. Just kind of pulls everything up. So just on the apple and then just bringing it up to the temple. Okay. And you just want to keep working that in again, just blending everything. I kind of sometimes like to put a little bit across my nose, just gives you that little sun-kissed kind of look. You don't have to, but whatever you like. Right, now that's the blush done. We're gonna go do some highlight, which is my favorite thing ever. Again, I love this palette and I've been using it to death. This is another Morphe one, Babe in Paradise. Yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, you can see all the ones that I've used a lot of. So I'm going to use this one in the bottom corner. It's just a really nice light golden shimmer and it's just so nice for every day. It just gives you that nice soft, dewy kind of glow. And again, I'm using Courtney Hollins's brush, COA04 for this one. And I'm just doing little swirly motions just on the top of the cheekbone there and up into the temple, swishing it around. Same on the other side. I do love a good highlight. It just makes everything pop. Tip of the nose. Ooh, love it. A little bit on the bridge and then just a little bit just sort of up above the eyebrows on the forehead there. Not too crazy, you don't want to be too glittery. And top of my lip. You can see already the difference it's making to my skin. Now, I do also like to just use a little bit of this as a highlight for under the brow. So I'm just using the side of this brush. I could really get a smaller brush, but can't be bothered. So I'm just going to use that and just go in and do the underbrow there. Beautiful. If you like, you can also take a little dab on your finger and do the inner corner of the eye, which will just help brighten and widen the eye area there as well. Okay, now I guess I should do brows. So again, because I don't need to actually draw them in because they have been tattooed, I still like to use a little bit of a brow gel. So this is the Morphe 2 eyebrow gel. And it's just like it's like a mascara for the hair on your eyebrows. And it is coloured, it's got like a brown colour on it, so it will slightly tint the hair. But it's just super easy and it just gives your eyebrows more of a finished look. But if you were going to draw them in, then I would be drawing them in with some powder or a gel and then going over with this after. Okay, so that's the brows done. See what I mean? It's like super easy when you have them tattooed. Don't just take my word for it. Right, what do I need to do now? Lipstick, I think, and then we'll do mascara. So this lipstick is amazing. This is a ink Crayon by Maybelline. This one is, what is it called? The color Stay Exceptional, it's called. So I'm just gonna fill my lips in. Okay, how am I doing for time? That's me just reached 20 minutes now. Right, so we need to do the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use the Smashbox mascara. Now, it did come with a primer, this one, but I ran out of it because it was a small bottle. So I ended up buying Morphe's Lash Primer. This one is super cool because it goes on blue. Look at this. Wow. So let's get the Lash Primer on. I'm just going to use my little mirror so I can see a bit better. So yeah, it looks so cool because it's blue. All right, so just get that on first. All right, and then the lower lashes. I love this blue, it looks so cool. But you don't see it because you'll go over with your black mascara or brown mascara, whatever you wear. But I do think it looks quite cool having the blue. Okay, so we just let that dry in for a little minute. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna grab my Superfan Mascara by Smashbox, which is bloody awesome. I love this one. Okay. Let's grab a little bit more. Get the lower lashes done. Okay, oops. And last but not least, we have to use setting spray to make sure this doesn't come off through the day. So this is one of my favorites. Again, as you can see, I'm running low. I did try and order this one again on Morphe, but they didn't have it. So I have a new one coming, and it's coconut scented, and it's in an aerosol can. So I don't know if they've stopped making this one or not, but this is the Luminous setting spray by Morphe. So once you're ready, you just close your eyes and spray away. Okay, and then what I like to do is just press it in with the flat side of the Beauty Blender because I don't like any splashes of it left on my face. So I just like to work it in. And just make sure that area under there is all good. Under the eyes, beautiful. Right, that is it. 23 minutes and 16 seconds and I'm done with my makeup. So super easy. Yeah, you don't really have to do anything too mad. I mean, if you didn't even want to do the wings, you don't have to. But I like it and it's just my everyday makeup. So I just wanted to show you guys this is what I do. So I hope you liked the tutorial. I hope it was quick and easy for you to follow. If you have any questions, you can message me. But yeah, thanks for watching.